You okay?
I'm waiting on you. This is your job. I'm waiting on you. What do you want me to
Oh,
say?
you seem very irritated.
I am. I really am.
Well, that newly released police dashcam video sheds new light on the arrest of a woman who came to Texas for a new job and was later found dead in her jail cell. Attorney and former Irving police officer Bryan Rose joins us with his take on that traffic stop. You watched the video, and really, I think what surprises a lot of us, this starts off just like any other traffic stop, and things really escalate. I mean, just like that, when the officer basically, when you think he should walk off, most people would think he'd walk off, he tells her to put out her cigarette and then tells her to get out of her car, and she says no, and boy, things take a turn.
Yes, it's pretty shocking actually when you watch the video. There's no real reason for that trooper to continue interacting with this citizen. He asked her a question, she responded. She's not happy, she's getting a ticket. Who is?
Yeah.
And he hasn't told her it's a warning yet. And then he decides to ask her to put out a cigarette, and she asks him why, and he decides that he's going to escalate the situation.
Now, the department has said, yes, this rookie officer violated policy procedures and also their courtesy policy. And you admit the only person, I mean, when it comes to assaults, it would be the officer who assaulted the woman.
I agree 100%. There's no reason for that officer to reach in that car. The question I'd ask him is, what were you going to do, officer, when she got out of the car? She hadn't done anything wrong. She hadn't violated any laws. He was going to write her a warning ticket.
Should she have been arrested? She was arrested after this.
She should not have been arrested. And frankly, I'm surprised the department didn't review that tape. He charged her with, I believe, resisting arrest and assaulting a police officer, which are both very serious charges.
Okay, let's listen to their exchange, which really gets heated.
Get out of the car!
And then you
I will light you up. Get out!
Wow.
Now!
Wow.
Get out of the car!
Really, for a failure to signal. You're doing all of this for a
Get
failure?
over there!
Right, yeah. Yeah, let's take this to court.
Yeah, I mean, it gets hot. And a lot of people believe Sandra Bland knew her rights, whether she expressed them appropriately or not, that's up for debate. But what I noticed when I was watching this whole entire video, which is like 52 minutes that they released, she asks like 14 times, at least that's what I counted, why she was being arrested. It seems like she really never got an answer from the officer. She kept saying, why am I being arrested? Why am I being arrested? If you were to find yourself in that situation as a police officer, as a former police officer and now an attorney, what is someone supposed to do if the officer is not treating you right?
Well, what she did was pretty much all you can do. She kept asking him questions. She wasn't even that disrespectful. I've encountered a lot more disrespectful people when I was dealing with them on the streets, but she knew her rights and she didn't do anything wrong. But you still need to follow what the police officer asks you to do. But at this time, I mean, he keeps telling her that he's issued a lawful order, and there is nothing lawful about what he issued her. He has no reason to ask her to get out of that car, but unfortunately.
Yeah, and what you can't see on that video right there is basically you can hear her complaining about, complaining about him hurting her, and she says, "You're breaking my wrists." Apparently, he pins her to the ground. Now, from people who are investigating this, they're saying this is one case, that what you're seeing on the video is one case, and then we know that Bland was found 3 days later dead in her jail cell. It's been called a suicide. It's being investigated. Are these two separate incidents, or should they be connected? Should they both be looked at and be, maybe the result of this?
Yeah, I don't think, I don't know if anything with the jail had to do with the stop, but the point is she should have never been arrested. And even after being arrested, if a supervisor had reviewed the tape to ensure that what the officer had said was right, then she should have been released immediately.
Could he face charges now?
I think he should.
Should he face charges?
I think he should.
So the family could press charges against him?
Definitely.
All right. Thank you so much for your insight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up.